Set on the banks of the beautiful St. Croix River, Hudson is built on rich history. It has it all: charm, beauty, art, culture. It's also my hometown, and I can't wait to show you around.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows and blacks, take a ride. The good land's great tonight.
Hudson is one of my favorite places in the whole state. You've got great places to eat, a historic and scenic downtown. You've got beautiful drives just outside of town, and the beautiful St. Croix River. Are you ready? It's time to discover Hudson. Just 18 miles from Minneapolis-St. Paul, Hudson is considered the western gateway to Wisconsin. Let's get started. Hudson's downtown shops keep people coming from miles around, and the restaurants, oh man, they're superb. Check out the Nova. It has a fabulous wine and craft beer list, a fresh seasonal menu, live music, and a unique patio. Pier 500 features house-made classic American fare and a patio with a stunning view of the St. Croix River. And then there's Winzerstube. For an amazing and affordable authentic German meal with entertainment that comes right to your table. Winzerstube actually feels like you've suddenly been transported to Europe for a true German experience. And from the other side of the globe, how about San Pedro Cafe for Caribbean-inspired cooking that's as beautiful as it is delicious?
Well, my personal favorite, and I would have to say is a customer and staff favorite, would be the smoked duck nachos.
Smoked duck nachos?
Yes. Yes,
Go
they're not
on.
like any nacho you've ever had in your life. So it's the white corn chips, and it's layered with smoked duck breast, and then it has mozzarella cheese and our tropical mango salsa, and we put this lemon habanero aioli that's called liquid gold.
Okay.
Because it really goes on everything. We also have the rasta pasta, and that's fabulous. It's jerk simmered chicken, and it's in a spicy pepper broth, and it's out of this world.
The rasta pasta, man.
You know it, Lon.
All right, how about, there was one other one that I saw on the menu. It was a fish-based...
Yes, that would be our signature dish, and that is the Spanish spiced red grouper. And we get that fresh about 3 or 4 times a week, and it's out of this world. And it's lightly seasoned, and then it has the tropical mango salsa on top.
San Pedro has an impressive menu, and you'll have a hard time choosing, so get a few entrees and share. Then it's time for dessert, and I know just the place. In addition to Hudson's many award-winning eating establishments, we've also got Knoke's Chocolates. Locals and tourists alike love this place. Even Martha Stewart stopped in. You want to go have what Martha had? I do. Let's go inside. Dave Knoke.
Hey, how you doing, Colin?
I'm doing great. Now, I'm hungry, and I want to have what Martha had. So what did she have here?
She had wax lips.
Wax lips.
Yeah, the fang-type wax lips.
Of all the wonderful things you make in-house, she ordered wax lips. That's hard to believe. Let's just say the homemaking maven really missed out. Knoke's has more than 70 choice candies, turtles, truffles, toffees, fresh nuts, and fresh baked goods. It's great to see. I mean, you've been in business for over 14 years now.
Yes.
And 10 years ago, I had your truffles at my wedding, and it's great to come back to town here. And every holiday or whatever, you get a little box of Knoke's chocolates, and that's throughout everybody that comes to town. They really want to come and check out your business.
It's gone well. There's people ship them all over the United States, all over the country, all over the world. That makes me fun to go to work. And since I've owned it, there's not a day I don't want to go to work. It's very satisfying for me. I enjoy it a lot.
I feel like I'm experiencing Wonka vision right now. What do we have here?
This is our world famous, well, Hudson famous caramels, which Martha wanted the recipe for, but I would not give it to her because...
Good move there. Yeah, she'd franchised that or
yes,
something, you know?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Those caramels were absolutely delightful, and so is this ice cream. Want to know about those great restaurants and shops we just visited? Go to discoverwisconsin.com and click on the Hudson destination page. Now stay with us. I'll be taking you on a scenic drive in this sweet ride, and later Mariah and I get the best view of Hudson in the fall as we cruise the St. Croix River. We'll be right back. We're back, discovering what's new, old, and everything in between in Hudson. The natural beauty surrounding Hudson is best enjoyed on one of these, or in a 1967 Chevy Camaro convertible in blue. I borrowed it from a friend to take in the sights, enjoy the feeling of being outdoors, and, relive my glory days. I've taken many girlfriends down this road. Well, I mean, maybe like 3 total, and I married one of them, so I guess I didn't have a lot of girlfriends in my life. Enjoy the winding roads, fall colors, and beauty of the prairie on your way to a very worthy stop. Willow River State Park. With 3,000 acres of stunning scenery, Willow River State Park offers year-round recreational opportunities. And do not miss the waterfall. It's beautiful in all seasons, including winter, when you can also cross-country ski and go snowshoeing. Come spring and summer, we've got more exquisite views at 7 area golf courses, including the Troyburn Golf Club, designed by pro golfer Tom Lehman. And then there's bicycling, a great way for a visitor to explore a new city. Hudson has routes for the family and the serious biker. Mariah joined me for a tour of the river and the woods on trails that ranged from easy to a little more challenging.
Colin, I think this was the best way to get a closer look at Hudson.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Speaking of closer look, I'm thinking about heading down to the Octagon House for the historic walking tour.
Oh, enjoy that. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Have fun.
A walk around town is a walk back in time. The Phipps Inn, known for its gourmet breakfast, was built in 1884. The First Baptist Church is another must-see. You'll find it on the Yellowstone Trail historic automobile route. And how about the Octagon House? Make your way to the top of this 8-sided beauty and take a look at all the historic homes around. A tour guide brings the story of the Moffett family to life. They were the original owners who built the home in 1855 and stayed for 4 generations. You can also ask what everyone wants to know.
The shape of the house is arguably the first thing I think people would notice, so why the octagon?
Octagon houses were actually very popular in the 1850s when this home was built. The reason behind it was spatial efficiency. You really do get more room, more square footage in an octagon compared to a square.
The house has so many interesting, innovative details like,
Welcome to the sleeping porch. The whole family would come out here in the summertime and sleep when it was hot. And they opened the pocket windows. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, so we open the pocket.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, both panes go down below, which gives you the whole thing open, which makes it nice and cool and breezy out here. If we open all of them all the way, this is a nice, comfortable, cool
All of these
spot.
windows have the pocket windows.
Yes.
Huh, sneaky. I need these in my apartment.
If you're looking for a great place for a weekend getaway, make sure you go to discoverwisconsin.com and click on the Hudson destination page. You'll find all kinds of great ideas for a fun, memorable little vacation.
coming up on Discover Wisconsin, Colin shows us some dance moves, and wow, not bad. Then a champagne cruise for a unique view of fall colors and the oh-so-lovely St. Croix River. Stay with us.
Discover Wisconsin is back with more fun in my hometown, Hudson. Every fall, Hudson hosts a juried art festival called Spirit of the St. Croix that draws thousands of visitors to the waterfront. The art styles and media are as varied as the artists themselves, and some of them are willing to share their creative process with anyone who wants to know more. Judy, your work around here is absolutely beautiful. And watching you work here, you got to tell me what you're doing.
All right, this is weaving. And weaving is a very simple process of strings up and strings down. And if you look right now, there are 2 harnesses up and there's 2 harnesses down.
Okay.
And if you look back here, you can see that each string goes through the eye of a heddle. Here, this is an empty heddle.
Okay.
There's an eye in the middle right there. Every one of these strings has to go through the eye of a heddle.
Judy makes it sound so simple, but in reality, it's a complex process that takes skill and imagination. The results are beautiful, as you can see. That was my initiation into the world of weaving. In fact, the whole day was filled with new experiences. Look who's doing this for the first time, huh? Spirit of the St. Croix is also a great place to relax and listen to music before you board the Grand Duchess cruise ship for a trip down the St. Croix River. I went to the festival on a Saturday and caught up with Mariah for the Sunday Brunch Fall Color Cruise.
We have a variety of cruises throughout the year. Our season starts mid-April and ends the end of October. We have brunch, lunch, and dinner cruises. We have our comedy dinner cruises, which go every other week. We also do some fajita and margarita cruises, which are fantastic with a fantastic fajita buffet, pork carnitas, and chicken. And then we also do our Vineyards of the Croix cruise. It's an annual event, over 40 wines to taste, as well as our Oktoberfest cruise coming up here during the fall.
No visit to Hudson would be complete without this. From the deck, you can enjoy some of the most spectacular views in the state. Back on land, you will not be disappointed in another view. The one you get from a seat in a theater performance at the Phipps Center for the Arts.
The house began to pitch, the kitchen took a switch. It landed on the wicked witch in the middle of a ditch. Which was not a healthy.
The Phipps offers exceptional theater, concerts, visual arts, classes, and dance in a beautiful venue that serves the St. Croix Valley and beyond. We peeked in on the Phipps Dance Company rehearsal where I had the honor of joining the dancers. No, I'm not showing off at all. I just like doing that. Then we headed down the hall to check out the pottery classroom. Kind of looks like an elephant's nose, like a hollowed out elephant's nose. Hudson is a place where the arts are truly honored. In addition to the Phipps and events like Spirit of the St. Croix Art Festival, plan plenty of time for Seasons on St. Croix Gallery. It features the work of over 160 local, regional, and national artists. The contemporary craft and fine art here is exquisite, and at times, you can catch an artist working with fibers or creating designs in the clay studio. Make your vacation in Hudson the absolute best by going to discoverwisconsin.com and clicking the Hudson destination page. You'll find all sorts of helpful info to plan the perfect getaway. Now don't go away. When we come back, we're taking you to a local brewery honoring the lives of World War II aviators.
And learning how to sail with some of Hudson's youngest captains. Plus, what does this Captain America costume have to do with Hudson's hot air affair? It's usually just something I wear around the house.
Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin. American Sky Brewing Company is a microbrewery that pays homage to U.S. aviation during World War II and appeals to microbrew and mainstream fans alike. How about this counter that looks like the wing of a World War II plane? You can see Rosie the Riveter just making this. Military reverence is reflected in the photos of veterans as well as their flagship beers. The Blonde Ale Tail Gunner Gold, the Smooth and Malty Amber Salute, and robust Citra-hopped USA IPA. So, Greg, this is a family-owned business here, you and your wife. Tell me a little bit more about your brewing philosophy.
So my brewing philosophy, has and always will be, is building a beer style that's a good crossover style. So a beer that caters to a larger marketplace and a beer that's easy to drink and something that you can sit on a lawnmower with and have a beer.
Nice, fantastic. So tell me about the beers that you brew, because it does seem like you have a quite diverse catalog of beers that you brew.
Yeah, so we originally started the brewery and we started with the flagship beer, something that's easy to drink and it's more palatable to the general consumer. And those would be Talgunner Gold and Amber Salute were the first two. We then moved into a really hoppy style of beer, which is USA IPA. And then now we're moving into the sours and the fruity type of beers and some of the lagers.
Now we're heading to sailing school. Every year, kids from 7 to 17 can go to sailing camp to learn the basics and then some. It's designed to engage kids in fun and entertaining ways while delivering the lessons that produce skilled sailors.
We think it's a lot more than just sailing. It's a lot of life lessons out there: self-reliance, independence, teamwork. There's all kinds of decisions to be made every minute, and if they don't make the right decisions, they can get into trouble. But they rise to the challenge. They love the opportunities to learn, and they oftentimes become an entirely different person over the course of a week.
It's fun, but when you turn, you got to be careful because the boom will come and swing at you.
It's a great summer activity, but if you're looking for something to do in the wintertime,
Hudson's Hot Air Affair will not disappoint.
Now, Colin, I know you know Hudson, but have you ever seen your hometown from this view?
Thousands of visitors join local residents every year on the first full weekend in February. About 40 hot air balloons launch in the morning and later light up the night.
So what do you love about ballooning over the Hudson area?
It's just the river. You know, everyone comes to see the river. It's just a beautiful river. You know, we put up probably 1,000 to 1,200 people a year, and in 27 years, I've never had a complaint. So.
Bring your cameras, it's quite a sight. They also have the Torchlight Parade. By the way, I was glad to catch a ride after an arduous day of smooshboarding, another staple of the Hot Air Affair. Never heard of the sport? It's 4 people, strapped to 2 skis, competing on an obstacle course.
There's tales that it started in reaches of the Antarctic somewhere and migrated here to Hudson probably 20 years ago. We've been doing the competition for a long time, but it's just it's a wacky sport in the middle of winter. What else are you going to do when it's 10 below
Might
zero?
as well strap on a ski and have 4 people try and race together, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Go for the gold.
Right. So it's competitive, but it's also got to be pretty entertaining
Listen,
to watch, right?
if by winning this race you win prizes worth well under $10.
I will just stop right here.
I was hoping my Captain America costume came with special powers, but you can see our superhero team was not especially super. We did have a great time, though.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a very good smooshboarder. Till next year.
well, Mariah, I'm so happy you were able to come visit my hometown. I grew up here, and it's such a great place to come back and visit.
You do have a lovely hometown, whether it's an elegant champagne brunch or smooshboarding. Who thought I would do that?
Looks like you need some more practice. You got to come back year after year. You get better over time. You can really perfect those falls.
I thought I was doing good. My time here was filled with fun moment after moment. I absolutely loved it.
That's great. Well, for the entire Discover team, I'm Colin Garrity.
And I'm Mariah Haberman.
Get out there and discover Wisconsin for yourself.
Technical difficulties this time.
Okay, so Team Superheroes, are you ready to go?